Hi, library friends and school district families. I'm Liz Kinnear. I'm the exhibit room coordinator at the Wapaka Area Public Library, and we are here with our virtual Youth Art Month awards. We miss seeing everybody in person, having a glass of juice with you and some cookies, but this is how we're doing it this year. We have an online gallery. Please make sure you check it out to see all of the artwork that was selected by our art teachers for Youth Art Month as a virtual exhibit. And today we're going to announce the awards for elementary school, middle school, and high school. So joining me is Matt Lonzak. He is the art teacher at the elementary school. He also does fifth grade over at the middle school. And correct me if I'm wrong on any of these. We have Mackenzie Burns. She is an art teacher at the WLC, and then she also goes out to the Chain Exploration Center, or the CEC, to teach art out there. We have Brooke Neubauer. She's the newest art teacher. She's at the middle school, so she teaches 6th through 8th grade. And then we have Trisha Price. You might recognize her. She used to be at the middle school. Now she's at the high school teaching 9th through 12th grade art over there. So thank you guys for joining me this morning. We're going to start with elementary school, so kindergarten through 5th grade. Being in a pandemic, having virtual students and in-person students, how has that changed teaching art for you guys this year? Mackenzie, you look like you have something to say.
Go for it.
Different. It's different. We started off the year getting all the students sketchbooks and working out of these sketchbooks. So definitely smaller art throughout the year. In case there was the chance that we were all sent home, we would know that they had paper at home.
Yep.
And so that was kind of the biggest change right there.
Okay.
Yeah, the district purchased the sketchbooks for all the students and then also watercolors.
Right.
Every day our lessons are really based off of what supplies the students brought this year to school.
Right.
Sharing, so crayons and a lot of 2D art, probably more than what we even want. We notice that in our show, it's a lot of 2D instead of as sculptural pieces as we would like, but it's just been based off of getting materials to the virtual students and then also having the equitable kind of fairness of the in-person students.
Okay, so it wasn't like in years past when you've had tempera paints or other things where you could just say, this is what we're using today, or these are the markers that we have in the art room. This is what we're using. It had to be all supplies that kids brought in themselves.
Yeah, and initially we kept it to just that pencil, crayon, colored pencil marker. Now that we're getting more kids back, we are getting into paint and other things. But any of the virtual students, they all have to come in and pick that up. So we'll have, Wednesdays where the students come in and grab any supplies. So it's that planning ahead, almost a whole project, and kind of knowing what you're doing so that the students have enough time to pick up materials.
And are students able to come into your art classrooms, or do you have to go to their classrooms to teach this year?
We started where we went to some of our grade level classrooms to teach, but now we have students, everybody comes to our classroom and then we clean, our staff cleans between each class. So.
And our district has been great with the purification in our vent system, and then we also have fogging that happens in between our classes. So we did start on a cart going to the classrooms, and then right after Christmas break, then we started having the students come into the class. But classes are shortened now to 30 minutes instead of 45, so that we can clean the rooms in between each class. And
how often do you typically see your students a week? Once a week. Okay.
Fifth grade is every day for 35 minutes, but they only have it for a semester. So
okay.
Everything that you see in the middle or the fifth grade art was from last semester. And then Mrs. Burns has CEC students for
once
a week for the older grades even. So
okay. So it's really impressive to me how much artwork you're able to get out of kids in that short amount of time and the creativity you're able to draw out of them. Just seeing them once a week and the number of projects you're able to get out of them, just seeing them once a week is really commendable. So um, the artwork was beautiful. We had some great comments from our exhibit room committee. I should have said earlier, the exhibit room committee during the exhibit, we usually have a local artist come in and look at the artwork, but since we needed to do it all online this year, we just had our exhibit room committee do it. And they were incredibly impressed across all grade levels at the quality of the artwork. So I think when I looked at the elementary school level artwork, though, it was just very joyful. I think it's very playful and fun and colorful, and you can just see that youthfulness in it. So it was refreshing to look at it and enjoy it. So we'll take a look at the award winners for the elementary school level now. Great artwork across the board. All right, now we'll go to middle school.
All right, so we had a lot of fun since I'm new this year. It's been really nice to get to know them and kind of figure out what they're doing. But as kind of what Mr. Lonzak and Mrs. Burns were saying, it has been a very limited on what materials we've been able to use and what we are able to do with the things that we already have, since we weren't able to purchase a whole lot of more new materials. So it was a lot of kind of seeing what we've got and making our projects based on that.
Okay. And I know middle school is a little bit different. They usually go on semesters for how you see students. So sixth grade, is it half the students first semester, half second?
Sixth grade is actually, I don't know if this is new this year or if it's always been this way, but I actually only have them every day for a quarter.
A quarter.
So I only have them for 9 weeks. They're on a 9-week rotation. And then the 7th and 8th graders are for a semester.
Okay. That sounds good. Anything that you try to focus on as far as curriculum for middle school students building off of those elementary school art classes?
Yeah, so when I'm setting up what we're going to do for the semester, for the term, I just try to make sure that I'm hitting a little bit of everything so that they can kind of learn and see what art is all about, what you can do with it. So then hopefully in high school, if I've piqued their interest, they'll continue on in high school. So just getting a little bit of everything, almost like a survey class or an introductory class.
Okay. Thank you, Brooke. We'll take a look at the award winners for the middle school now. Enjoy. All right, over to the high school. Trisha, how has it been transitioning over to high school? How do you like it over there?
I love it. I liked doing the middle school as well, but high school's definitely been a lot of fun. I really like teaching at that advanced level a lot more. It was funny because I have had a lot of these students in the past, obviously, and some of them I even had for 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. So now it's like seeing them when they're, a lot more mature, and it's been really, really cool. I absolutely love it. As far as this year goes, the trickiest thing for me is that the high school was doing, every student only came 2 days a week. And then they were supposed to be doing virtual work on their off days. And it's kind of hard to, start a painting project or a clay project and then say, oh, take it home, you can't work on those things virtually. So that's been a challenge, a little bit more research type work and art history type stuff. And then I've really focused more on the quality over the quantity, because we've done probably less than half of what we would do in a regular school year by missing 3 days a week. So we've really been focusing on the quality of work and still doing projects that are in depth and just really drawing them out over a longer period of time. A lot of my students who are more serious, who are thinking about going to art school for college or just really enjoy it as a pastime, they take advantage of their study halls. They'll come in during their study halls. And also we have Wednesday mornings open studio time. So anybody can come in Wednesday morning and just work independently. And that's what we have going on this Wednesday morning.
Great. That's a really good opportunity for those students who are passionate about art.
Yep.
That's really neat. For high school art classes, are they by semester?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, they're all semester long.
They're by semester. All right. For high school art, the high school awards, we do them slightly differently than we do them for elementary school and middle school. Elementary and middle school, we have first, second, third, and then a couple of honorable mentions. For high school, we also do the first, second, third, a couple of honorable mentions, but then we also do a Best in Show award. And the Best in Show award goes to the student that has the overall best body of work. So we look at most of the students submitted a number of different pieces. And so for those students, we look at who submitted or whose artwork was chosen as an overall outstanding body of work. So let's take a look at the high school award selections. All right, so I think just looking at these awards, you can see how outstanding the artwork was this year. A couple of quotes from our exhibit room committee members. They had a really hard time choosing artwork. One person said, sorry, I'm just getting to my page so I can quote it correctly. They just said, "This was hard, so much talent." And then another was, "Wow, that's all I can say. Such great artwork. I'm having a very, very hard time narrowing it down." And I think that was a sentiment that was shared by everyone on our committee who did the judging. And again, that's a huge congratulations to you guys that you were able to get that kind of artwork out of students during a really challenging start to the school year. The artwork that we saw for the exhibit this year was just as good as any other year that we've hosted this exhibit. So thank you guys for all the work you put into it. And to our friends out at the school district and the library, please take a minute and enjoy all this beautiful artwork. It's really refreshing. After all the lockdowns and winter, it's really a nice thing to look at this spring. So thank you guys for all the hard work you've done, and we will see you in person next year.
Good.
Bye. Thank you.